This is Pet Life Radio. Let's talk pets.
Welcome to Bark and Swagger on Pet Life Radio. I'm Jody Miller-Young, your host. Today we're going to talk with Rebecca McCrensky and James Broad of a brand called Pawsitivity. They design and make adorable accessories for dogs and matching tops and bottoms for their humans. In addition to loving the colors, patterns, and designs, I was impressed by how much they'd accomplished in just over a year of being in business. So Pawsitivity is perfect for our Startup Story series, where in addition to introducing you to a new brand I love, those listeners interested in the do's and don'ts tips for building a fashion business of their own will get just that too. So let's get started. First, we're going to take a short break from our sponsor, so grab that favorite beverage, get comfortable, and we'll be right back.
Does your dog itch, scratch, stink, or shed like crazy? Come to Dinovite for help.
Order a 90-day supply of Dinovite.
Dinovite for life.
Pick up 2 tubes of Doggo Suds.
Get the 3rd tube free.
Peppermint, tea tree, lavender, Doggo Sud shampoo.
Made with all-natural coconut, jojoba, aloe. Great for healthy skin and soft, shiny coats.
But no itchy, harsh chemicals.
Lather up, rinse away.
Try Doggo Suds. Buy 2, get 1 free.
At Dinovite.com.
DINOVITE.com.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back. You're listening to Bark and Swagger on Pet Life Radio. I'm Jody Miller-Young. If you've just joined, we're talking with Rebecca McCrensky and James Broad of Pawsitivity, a brand designing and making dog accessories and matching human tops and bottoms. Welcome, Rebecca and James.
Hi, Jody. Thanks for having us.
Thanks so much, Jody.
It is my pleasure. Really, appreciate you guys taking the time. So Pawsitivity, it suggests good feelings, being positive, yes, but tell us what your mission is with this brand and how it came about.
Yeah, Jody. So our mission is to create special products, innovative, high-quality products that really allow dog owners to express not only a part of themselves, but their love for their dogs. And at the same time, while also being able to give back to charities, because we do have products that are associated with some amazing charities. And it all came about really from a need. So when I got my dog Merlin, he's my first dog, totally fell in love. And I wanted something really special for him. And frankly, I couldn't find anything that was fun and unique. There's a lot of solid colors out there or stuff with just paw prints on them. And, I know Merlin's a dog. He doesn't have to wear paw prints. So I felt like there was really a gap in the market, some space to really go after. I wanted to do fun prints, premium prints, just stuff that was really unique that wasn't in the market yet.
Yeah, you're talking really mainly, although you do collars as well, but you're really talking harnesses because it is hard to find an adorable harness, or it certainly was until not too long ago.
Exactly. Yeah. And you know what? People really know us for our prints now. We have sharks and avocados, pineapples, lobsters. And our prints are really colorful. We're certainly known for our color palette being really fun and bright. But for me, the designs have to be really sleek and clean at the same time. And so we're known for our prints, but our reversible harness is something that people hadn't seen before either. They're fully reversible, so you get 2 prints in one.
And I love that, and they're coordinated really nicely too.
Yeah, you know what? It's always a challenge to get prints to match across different fabrications. But one of the great things about making everything here in the US is that we can constantly test and refine to make sure that each product matches and looks amazing.
Well, your background is in the garment industry. So, when you talk about these things and what goes on behind the scenes in terms of sourcing your fabrics and getting things to match and creating those harnesses that have really, really cool prints, tell us about what your background was like.
Yeah, so I think people will be surprised to find that I was really on the business side of fashion. So I worked in planning and buying, and we're certainly looking at products a lot, but I was not a designer. I was not a product developer. I was spending a lot of time in PowerPoint and Excel. And I think if people 5 years ago, were to say, what will you be doing in 5 years? It certainly would not have been design. So a lot of this has been self-taught. And, just frankly, I believe you can read, you can figure something out. So a lot of reading and just testing and doing and just not being afraid to try.
So, I think that's really cool because I didn't know that you came from the business side. So that's impressive. And in terms of figuring it out, you will tell listeners what you were doing after you left sort of the corporate end and started your own company, because it wasn't in dog products at first, right?
Yeah. So that's actually a really good point, Jody. So I started learning the sublimation process, which is what we call the process of high resolution all over prints on garments, on leggings. And we invested in the machines and we started using poly blends. There's some really amazing fabrics now, and it's museum quality prints that you can get on leggings and apparel. And, I mentioned I got Merlin and really couldn't find that same quality of print. And so we started testing our machines to see, okay, can we print other types of fabrics? And it's testing, constantly refining the process. The process is very environmentally sensitive. So humidity and temperature in the environment is really important to control, as well as the heat settings on the press itself. So we're constantly working on honing in that process and testing our techniques. And a lot of companies actually won't sublimate neoprene. It's a sensitive fabric. It's thicker than most fabrics, so it expands and contracts under heat more. So we're always keeping an eye on that process to make sure that we're keeping our reject rate low. And so it really is a science. And I love the challenge. And it's been, one of the most rewarding things to feel like we've really become an expert in this process.
And how did you learn how to operate and create on these types of machines, even for your leggings business, where it really started, right?
Yeah, I think probably not realizing what I was getting into was a good thing, because I just convinced myself that I could figure it out. And I ask a lot of questions. I'm never afraid to ask questions. The company that I bought the machinery from, they actually don't even have any in-person service technicians. So anytime I have a question, it's a phone call about 2,000 miles away. I've never met these guys, but I will call, ask questions. And, it's just kind of like a musician who's self-taught. I had to figure this out, and
time and doing it, right?
Time and doing it and making mistakes, because I really truly believe that you learn the most sometimes when you fail. And
that's absolutely right.
Yeah, so it's been a huge learning process, but that's part of what I love about having my own business is, I'm not just in one area anymore. I'm not just creating Excel spreadsheets. I'm doing all kinds of things and facing new challenges, and those challenges are constantly evolving, which is awesome.
Well, actually, I was going to ask James, but both of you, please feel free to weigh in. And anyone listening who, has aspirations for starting their own company in the pet business. It's been a little over a year. You guys have accomplished so much. Very impressive. What have you found your greatest challenges to be in getting from point A to point B where you are now?
Yeah, Jody, that's a great question. I think one of the biggest challenges we found is really getting the word out there about a really awesome product. There's so much stuff out there. It can be very hard to differentiate on the internet and social media. We find that social media is not like the organic place of brand growth that it used to be if you're not paying to play anymore, which makes it very hard for a startup like us that is trying to grow and really focusing on the product to pay and play with the larger players in the pet industry.
Absolutely true. So what have you found that has worked really well for you and you feel has contributed to your rapid growth?
Yeah, so a couple of things have really been instrumental to that. And firstly, I think really identifying the two key markets that our products would really resonate with, those being millennials and baby boomers. After we figured that out, it was really where are we selling these products to and how can we amplify our presence there? And Florida was one of those places, for example, that we were selling a ton down to, but people weren't actually getting to touch and feel our products. So we went down there and set up some really key wholesale partnerships so that, along with people resonating with the print, they're able to touch and feel the American-made quality.
That's perfect. How did you figure out that it was millennials and baby boomers that were gravitating towards your products?
Yeah, another great question. It's really people that are spending a lot more time with their dogs out in public. Like Rebecca and I really feel that, dogs bring people together. They bring people into community. Actually, Rebecca and I met because of our dogs.
Aw, that's so sweet.
Yeah. So, the people that are able to get out, that are able to go to a brewery with their dogs now, and those are millennials and baby boomers. After their kids are out of college, they may have a dog and decide to be spending money on their new four-legged child.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. We have to take a short break, but hold that thought because when we come back, I want to talk about how you get inspirations for the patterns that you create and choose, both of you. I want to talk a little bit more about the wholesale network that you're developing, James, and about being a vegan, cruelty-free company, all really, really wonderful things. So don't go away. Refresh that favorite beverage. We'll be right back.
Sit. Stay. We'll be right back, right after we kibble a little with our sponsors.
Has your pet ever suffered from digestive issues, anxiety, or joint pain? We want to address these issues and more with high-grade CBD oil from Alpha, made specifically for your furry friends. Using Alaskan salmon oil as a carrier, Alpha Pet's 500 CBD oil is lab-tested for quality, consistency, and safety. Plus, we are giving Pet Life Radio listeners 25% off and free shipping with code PL25 for a limited time. So visit myalphacbd.com/dogs now. That's myalphacbd.com/dogs. Because your furry friends are family.
Let's talk pets.
Let's talk pets
On Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back. If you've just joined, you're listening to Bark and Swagger on Pet Life Radio, and we're here talking today with Rebecca McCrensky and James Broad of Pawsitivity. Guys, you're Boston-based, and you made a conscious choice to fabricate every item in Massachusetts, as well as make your garments vegan and cruelty-free. Tell us, what, kind of led to you making that choice for your company? Because yes, on the one hand, it's obvious, we all want to be cruelty-free, but not every company makes that choice to do that along all lines of business. And then tell us what your garments are made from.
Yeah, absolutely. So fashion hasn't always been the most historically animal-friendly industry, and we certainly want to do something different. We're really happy that of the progressions in poly fabrics, we're able to find things that are super durable, super soft, but also we're able to print amazing quality images onto. So something that people are really going to emotionally respond to. Our name is on everything, so quality is really paramount for us. Some of the materials that we are using for our harnesses, for example, we're using Apparel grade neoprene, which is wetsuit material. It's a very functional, strong fabric that's easy to clean and great for swimming dogs. And we're constantly looking to find premium alternatives to leather and animal products so that we can continue to provide a vegan premium product.
And there are so many amazing choices today. I mean, when I was doing my Couture by Sophie company, and that was back in 2011, they already had buttery soft vegan leathers and faux furs that were $150 a yard and were so luxurious and such cool and beautiful prints and colors. Now it's beyond because it's that much further down the line. So you're in a great spot to be able to do what you're doing. And I think it's absolutely wonderful. Tell us a little bit more about your product lines.
Sure. So, I mentioned we started, Jody, with the reversible harness, and we are the only company, to our knowledge, at least, that has a reversible harness available in stores. So it's certainly a differentiator for us. We have also listened to the market feedback, which told us, hey, reversible harnesses are great for small dogs, but I have a Great Dane who really can't fit into a harness and would really love a statement collar. So we now make 1.5 inch and even 2 inch wide collars so that big dogs have something amazing too. So we're really looking at the market holistically. And, there's a lot of brands that cater to small dogs, but, we really want to service dogs of all sizes with special products and people of all sizes. So we're going to be looking to expand the sizes that we carry and potentially add kids as well, which would be super exciting for us.
That's great. And tell listeners a little bit about what you offer pet parents so that they can match their dogs or complement their dogs.
Yes. So we figured when you walk your dog, what are you wearing? You're wearing leggings. So our first product for ladies was leggings. They are amazing quality. I won't put anything out there that I won't wear myself. And that's really something that I will always stand by. If I won't wear it, I won't put it out there. So the leggings are definitely a huge fan favorite. And then we make really easy to wear, slightly cropped tanks for that kind of millennial customer. And then we've got full length ladies and men's tanks that are more traditional fit. So we like to bridge the gap between trendy and classic and give different options for customers so that they feel amazing and look amazing.
Perfect. And you also have some bow ties and bandanas, right?
Yeah, well, for dapper pup out there, you definitely need the bow tie in your repertoire. So who knows? We've been asked to do bow ties for men too. Nothing in the works yet, but we're always keeping the light bulbs on in our brains here. So
I love that. I love that idea.
One of the really nice things about us making everything here and in the U.S. is that we're able to take our not just wholesale feedback, but our customer feedback and really incorporate it into our product and product line very quickly.
Yes, you got a quicker turnaround. Absolutely true. More nimble. So let's talk a little bit more about your inspiration for these very, very adorable, cool patterns that you do.
Yeah. So one of the most amazing things about sublimation is that we can literally take any high resolution photo and print it onto fabric with museum quality. It's really incredible the level of detail we can get now. So the sky is really the limit with what we can do. So sometimes it could be a picture that James and I take when we're going on a bike ride. It could be an amazing flower that we see. But I certainly keep an eye on high fashion. We look at pop culture and even interior design.
Very, very cool. James, talk to us a little bit more about the wholesale network and how you've been developing that and, what parts of the country at this point retail stores are carrying your collection.
Yeah, absolutely. So, when we established these areas that we were looking into, mainly the areas that we were selling the most to, Florida and California being our top markets, we would then look at the brands that most mirrored what we thought Pawsitivity was about. There's always a risk of when wholesaling is you kind of lose your brand identity. So we really wanted to be very mindful of who we were giving our product to and make sure that not just the owner, but the employees are really engaged with the product and that they will advocate for our product over, maybe a Chinese made equivalent in the store based on, the US made quality and give backs, et cetera. So it's really finding the right partners to help us not just sell the product, but amplify our brand presence in those key markets.
So in order to not only get the store owners involved and on board, but the employees as well, who are really the day-to-day people who are interfacing with the customers, do you go to the store and do a bit of a training with them? Yeah. Is that what you do?
Yeah, so that's how it really starts. And, I'm really lucky enough that Rebecca's developed this amazing product where I can go up to an employee that's been at the store for 10 years and take this product out of my bag and they go get the owner immediately.
Wow.
And the owner will tell us that they have not seen something that this compelling in the pet market since they've been there. You know, if the store owner is willing to take the advice of the employee, who's the person on the ground that is actually going to be interacting with the customer, you know, that's the type of place where that circular feedback really does create a nice symbiotic effect that the customer is going to feel on the other end.
I got you. Very, very cool. Guys, you have aligned with an organization recently. It's kicking off something in the beginning of May. You had mentioned to me a special print for them. Help me out here, guys.
Excellent timing, Jody. The sea turtle hatching season started May 1st. And we are just launching the collection in tandem with turtle hatching season, since we are collaborating with the oldest sea turtle conservancy in the world.
Wow.
Yeah.
Give them a shout out. Give them a shout out.
Yeah. So they are called the Sea Turtle Conservancy, and they are based in Gainesville, Florida. They really do amazing work, not only in Florida, but the Galapagos and all over the world. So we're super excited about it. We know our customers are going to be pumped about it. They've already been asking us about it. And frankly, the conservancy itself is super excited. The woman who runs it mentioned to me, you know, they've done a lot of screen printed t-shirts, but they've never had custom made dog gear, and certainly not matching apparel. So, you know, our tank tops are literally hand printed one at a time too. We created some really beautiful sea turtle designs that I think are going to it's going to raise a lot of money for them. And if we can help, you know, different organizations such as the Sea Turtle Conservancy raise more funds by giving them great products, you know, to sell, then we are super excited to do that.
If you're listening and you have a penchant for turtles, you'll be able to see images of some of these products that Rebecca and James have created, especially for the Conservancy. And you'll have a link to where you can go buy and you can support. So definitely check that out. That sounds really, really cool. Also, as you mentioned earlier, Rebecca, part of Pawsitivity's mission is to give back to dogs less fortunate. So tell us about that.
Yeah, and we really see givebacks as a huge part of our brand identity. I mean, that's really what underlines and makes us Pawsitivity. So, James, I want you to tell them about our new lofty goal that we just talked about yesterday.
Yeah, so you know, we have a lot of really exciting stuff going on, but I think, you know, as Pawsitivity as an organization, you know, we felt that we really wanted to circle a number that we're going to shoot towards and hold ourselves accountable to. And that number for give back is $1 million. We want to work to give back $1 million as quickly as possible. And I think we have the products, the conservancies, and hopefully we'll have the backing of our customers to really get us to that goal.
Bless you guys. That is a lofty goal, but it's something that you've got in front of you and you can keep taking one step after another towards. So everyone listening, you're going to see images of these adorable, adorable pieces. Don't be shy. If you love it, go shop and
all for sale.
What's the goal? Yeah, because you're helping. You're helping to, right, exactly. You're helping dogs less fortunate. So is there anything else coming up for Pawsitivity that we should know about?
Yeah, we have, so we actually have another partner, and it's the Atlantic White Shark Conservancy here in Massachusetts. We have products. We're going to be giving a portion of our shark print products to them. And then they also have some custom logoed stuff that is available only at their research center in Chatham, Cape Cod. So certainly stop by there. They've got some really stuff going on. Again, they're doing worldwide research on the Atlantic white shark.
We actually have really exciting news, Jody, too, that we, fingers crossed, will have a retail space in Boston very soon.
Wow, that is huge.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We really want a place where we can bring the dogs of the city together, have a place to hang out, and do great events. We just want to build a community around dogs and bring people together, you know, and to socialize and talk about things we all love, which are dogs. So we're really excited about the new retail space coming up.
Wishing you guys tons and tons of luck and continued good fortune. You're doing great. Tell people where they can find you and your products.
Yeah, so you can find our products on our website, which is spreadpawsitivity.com, and in about 50 stores across the country, which includes pet shops, gift boutiques, apparel stores, and as James mentioned, we're now in the Atlantic White Shark Conservancy Research Center on Cape Cod.
And people can find those stores that might be near them on your website as well, yeah?
Yep, exactly.
And social media?
Yes. So we are Pawsitivity Co. on Instagram and Facebook. So definitely reach out. We love hearing feedback. That's how we continue to make our products better.
Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you, James. You guys are awesome. I love your brand and wishing you nothing but success.
Thank you, Jody. Thank you so much for having us and for sharing our story with your listeners. We're really excited to be part of Bark and Swagger.
Yay! Thank you. And thank you all for listening. Thanks to our producer, Mark Winter. Mark, you make us sound like geniuses, and we love you for that. My passion is living stylishly and animal rescue. So tune in next time to discover the designers, home decor, styles, and rescue stories I love. And don't forget to visit me at barkandswagger.com, where you'll find great fashion, shelter stories, and more. So until next time, when fierce fashion calls, Bark and Swagger.
Let's Talk Pets every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.